I should have probably started this video a long ass time ago, but unfortunately I didn't. So I'm sorry that the progress on the car is like almost complete. So I'm gonna share some shit with you. Sorry for how awkward the video is starting to become. Like I said, I didn't really film much of the car from the beginning, so I'm doing the best I can to document this for you guys. I know a lot of people are interested. So right now, I am getting ready to build his engine harness. It's gonna be made into an AEM Infinity. We got Tevzel wire, firewall connectors, all that good stuff. It's gonna be mil-spec style, basically. And one day I'll put a video out on mil-spec style stuff, but there's like 1,000 out there, so I don't really feel like there's a need. But let me go ahead and explain a little bit of what you have to do in order to build this engine harness. So when you get the ECU from AEM, it comes like this. It comes here, comes with the computer, and then you get this quick start guide that helps you a little bit. But then you can go online and find the actual pinout to the computer, but it's really not too helpful in the sense of like it's very basic. And a lot of the cars that you are gonna put this onto require like boost controllers, flex fuel sensors. You're gonna wire like the dash and shit like that. So when it comes to that, wiring an engine harness, it's just as easy as there's pins on the ECU that go to a specific location, and now you have to coordinate them with the correct sensors and so on. But for this ECU, it's weird. When you go online and you look up the pinout for this, oh wow, it's not connected. Give me 1 second. This is my little ghetto connect system to turn the computer on. There we go, she's on, connected. But as I was saying, when you go online, it gives you a very, 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 very basic ass pinout, you know? It doesn't give you flex fill and shit like that. So you have to literally go into the computer, and mind, they don't tell you none of this. Like AEM doesn't tell you. You have to read every little thing. Like everything's there, you just have to read. So you'll go to wizards here, you go to setup wizard, you go to advanced output, advanced setup. Let me bring this tab down. Okay, then you go to input function assignment. And let's say you want to go put the flex fuel sensor in. So look at, that's flex content input setup right now, and it is disabled. So we are going to go ahead and go over here and enable it. Let's do dig 3 for now. And close it. And now, as you can see, there's a dedicated pin to it, flex fuel input. And I think I already have that one down. Yep, flex fuel input, pin 28. So then it goes pretty much for the same shit, like boost controllers and such like that. But then after, check this out, you have to go down to outputs if you want to do a boost controller. But you have to actually go into it and unlock it. I already did all that, so it's assigned to pin 42. Let's see, boost controller input C42. So it's very, very just time consuming and tedious. And like with doing a mil-spec style engine harness, it's with RICAM and a bunch of shit like that, and you really don't want to mess up. So it's always best to just go and write everything down and be as specific as you possibly can. And even though I know all this shit already, I put it down just so I can look very quick, you know, like 2-pin sensor polarity doesn't matter, it's shit like that. So then the next step after this, I kind of got my length, because like I said, we have a firewall connector on here. It's going to go from the ECU to the firewall. So there's going to be one section that's this length, that's going from the computer to the firewall, with maybe like 20, 30 wires, something like that. And that little section I'm going to build first. So like I said, I'm going to be using some beautiful Tevzel mil-spec wire, M22. It's beautiful. I love that shit. Zinc. Oh yeah, let me say something. So zinc gives no, okay, fuck, I'm sorry. So say you're using copper normal wire, even if it's GXL or TXL, it doesn't really help you in the sense of communication issues. Like sometimes you can get interference with copper wire, so that's why people insulate it and shit like that. But this is zinc, so zinc has no interference. That's why they use this in airplanes, so it guarantees you that your ECU communication to the sensors and everything will always be perfect, and there will be no interruption whatsoever. So next, like I said, I got my length right here, so now I'm going to sit down and start pinning my new connector. This is just like I said, a little jumper I made so that I can test computers and go onto them, because as you saw at the beginning, you can go into the AEM Infinity program, but without the computer actually being turned on, you can't get anything unless you, like, I think there's a way to do it, but I don't remember off the top of my head at least. So like I said, next we are going to get our lengths, get all that done, everything pinned right here, just that little section done. And then after that, I will jump over to his engine and get my lengths of everything I need and then start building that portion. But here we go. Another weird thing. So like I said, AEM is really not too descriptive when they give you the actual computer on what needs to be done. They almost damn near expect you to know everything. But if you search online, through their manuals and shit, you can figure everything out. So this little harness, like I said, is just a test harness. This is my wideband, and I have it connected to the computer. And this is my AEM dash. Doesn't matter if it's CD5 or CD7. This is my connector. It's going to it. So crazy. Look at. So there's only 2 wires that are going from the actual cluster, other than powering it and the ground to the actual, unit itself. There's only 2 wires that actually communicate with the computer to give all the signals. I think it's cool. Well, it's CAN based. I'll explain CAN later, but it's only 2 pins. It's CAN positive and CAN negative. Okay, pretty much got all the wire I need sorted out. Got some extra solid colors for, like I'll use this for like my voltage to the injectors, And then I got all my other stranded lines that are like yellow with white, shit like that, ready to go. And like I said, this is Tevsel M22759, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, we're basically ready. Okay. So now the first thing I'm going to do is connect my igniter to the computer and then get the signals going to the coils ready to go and have that planned out. So basically this side is going to the ECU. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So then it'll go from number 1 going to ignition coil number 1 and so on and so forth. But I'm trying to get my routing perfectly, because once everything's done and loomed up, I can put my connectors on and this should all look like one piece. But like I said, always try to be as organized as you can. Doesn't ever hurt. And like I even have on there that I'm not done with is color. Like I show all the specific colors just so if I ever have to look or anyone has to look, I have a master for it. So just be organized. So I got my single wire made for ignition coil 1 to the ECU. So that is how it's going to sit. It is going to sit just like that, but a little more down. Yeah, damn, my hands are so dirty and messed up. Like, look at that. Sheesh, work on cars, they said. But anyways, yeah, so it's gonna be same little process going to that, and you guys will see in this little fast forward video. Okay, so that is basically going from the EMS to the igniter chip, okay? Now I'm going to make the line going from the EMS to the opposite side, not the EM, I'm sorry about that. Damn, my hands are so dirty. Okay, so that is basically what we needed to do. This is going to be wrapping down, not like that. It's going to be wrapping around, going back to the igniter chip. And then next I am going to make the opposite end going from the ignite. You know what? I think I'll do that last actually, because this side is actually going to be going back into the actual engine harness. This side goes to the computer. So I want to make some of the engine harness first so I can see how I want to incorporate it. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this little piece. And I like to twist my wires together just so it's nice and pretty much even and together. before I loom it all. One piece is done at least. All right, so like I said, that's connecting the igniter chip to the EMS. Pretty simple, nothing fancy just yet. So like I said, this is a Tevzol M22759, I believe. Don't fucking quote me on it. With Rychem DR25, new connectors, blah blah blah. We have been wet sanding the fuck out of this car for this outcome. You can't even really see it in this light, but oh my god, this shit's gonna look so sick with all this sparkle. It's gonna take some time, but we got it. We gotta wet sand every fucking thing. And again, sorry for the crazy ass transitions. I'm just trying to keep you guys as updated as possible. We're doing multiple things on the car at once. So since I got the portion going from the igniter to the EMS completed, now I'm going to start working on going from the EMS to the firewall connector. This one is specifically going to be my map sensors input, yellow and red, and like I said, be as specific as you can. For TPS, I'm using white and black because OEM is white, so I'm just going to try to keep it as close as I possibly can off the top of my head. So like I said, these are going from the EMS to the firewall connector. So I'll get my length with this. It's basically 12 inches. I'm gonna do that and then just continuously make these runs. Once I'm done, figure out my coordination because I still have to incorporate powering the EC right here. I need to see how I want to put my connector and where I want it to come out. So all this is just a matter of planning and being as organized as possible, because once I so this is one of the masters. I'm still gonna make a master going from the ECU pin to the coordinated pin on the firewall connector. So this shit's gonna be fun. Okay, and I need to correct myself. I just started going over my shit right now. It's not those two for the actual AEM dash. I'm sorry for giving you misinformation. That is, so let me see. So then that pin is 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, and 34 is the ones we're gonna be using. It's can low A out, can A out, no, high out. So it's 34 and 35 that you're using to power up and allow communication between the AEM dash and the Infinity. Sorry about that, guys. As I said, it gets a little tricky, but that's why you have to just pay attention like I was doing and realize my mistake. But overall, we're getting there. Got all my lines pretty much made up, just going over everything, making sure I'm not missing anything. Only last one I have to do is water temp, and I'm pretty much ready to start building the rest of the connector going to the firewall plug. But this is fun. So I got most of what I needed done. Just gotta, like I said, I didn't want to finish this portion of the igniter chip until I had these lines ran. So now that I've got all of these, I got injectors, TPS, outer layer temp sensor, 5-volt signals, all that good stuff, what I need for the engine to run. It is ready to go. So now I will go ahead and start working on this piece of the harness. But yep, she's coming out good. So far, so good. Sorry about the random, super randomness of the videos and how everything's transitioning, but she is almost there. Getting all his PBM arms and dual rear calipers together. All that good stuff. Wow, light died on you? Died. Oh my God. I just ran into the fucking 200-pound bag again. So right now I'm getting the other portion of his engine harness made up. As you can see, these are the runs. Woo-wee! Got a lot to do, a little bit of time, but we got this. So another cool thing, we're trying to make him an ABS dash. And this ABS has like metal inside of it, which made it so hard. We got everything cut. The bend was coming out good, and then it cracked. So Jaime went over there and built another one for us to fuck up. Hopefully we actually don't fuck that one up. I just love this thing. She's coming out so good. So beautiful. Even got his quick release windows. You just push the tabs and they all pop off. Got everything sealed too. Just finished up his cage as well. Came out good. Very happy with this car. So for his brakes, sorry they're all rusted. They've been like sitting outside for a while. He's running a Wheelwood 4-pot and BC coilovers. Got ISR arms in the front. I'm extending his lower control arms as we speak and doing a little bit of custom fabrication for that. And like I said, right now we're getting all his rear arms on. We also got him the PBM rear knuckles, so it supports the dual rear calipers, so we can do an independent hydro. Man, PBM shit's very intricate, so whoever buys this crap, just be aware that there is so many settings you can do and adjust on there. So your normal alignment shop might not want to do this.
Hell no.
Hell no. Vic always complains.
What?
He says PBM is a bitch to align.
Yeah, that shit's, look at this shit.
Yeah, that shit looks crazy.
It's done. Wow.
The V1 dash that bent and cracked. We got this one good. Shout out to Jaime.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's coming along. And so far, this is what I've got done for the ECU. Well, for the engine harness. This is the ECU side going to the firewall connector. Just got to add the firewall connector. This is my CAN high and low for the dash and the wideband. This is the actual powers and grounds for the computer, as well as the igniter chip and a couple of other things. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so this is the other section of the harness that I'm going to start building. This is going from the actual firewall connector to the motor itself. What I do is I go from where I want the firewall connector, and then I go to my each and every individual sensor, such as TPS, this is idle air temp, boost controller, engine coolant temp, coils, injector 1 through 4, cam angle sensor, all that good stuff. So now what I have to do is start getting all my links and building everything individually. Kind of similar to that, but it's just gonna be a lot of work. But we got it. Well, unfortunately, that's gonna be the end of this video for now. It's already been like 20 minutes and I don't wanna bother you guys too much. But the next video is basically gonna be us finishing up the engine harness. There's gonna be, basically the car should be back together. Once the engine harness is completed, we will be able to start up the car. So stay tuned for the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions on the car, you guys want to know anything, let me know. We will be doing a full build breakdown at the end of it, a nice video for you guys. Other than that, wish us luck, and we will see you guys in the next video.